Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Coach Grace. I'm glad to start today's session by sharing my story. My greatest struggle has been seeing God as a father. It has been a journey that it has taken so many years for me to realize that it has been my upbringing that has related and led to this struggle. I'm glad, however, that I'm able to see the light. Most people admired how I would serve God, how I would show my commitment to the things of God. What they didn't know that was my hiding skill, because that was the only way I knew to stay around God. My dad left when I was young. My dad was a servant of God. And so when dad left, that thing really broke my heart, and I didn't know how to go about it. It led me to live my life the best way I knew how, by setting my own rules and guidance. Some years back, I had a setback and I had to restart my life. That caused me to move from Meru to Nairobi. And upon moving to Nairobi, I was staying with my brother. When I got to his place, I spotted a book. The first thing I saw was a book that was written, God as a Father. It's a book that caught my attention and I paid attention to it. I read it, but it still stuck with me. I needed to work on that. That led me to have a few years of solitude. And it's in that season that I discovered my purpose. And I also got to discover that I wanted to do coaching. Upon looking for schools to do coaching, I came across D.L.C. And it intrigued me because I felt it was God-centric. By that I mean it's related to the aspect of my life that I really needed to see a breakthrough in. So I remember our first time with Coach Jeff, and I decided to start the session. I was so excited. A few weeks to it, something happened and I felt like I wasn't ready for the course, and I didn't even have the money. I called my dad and I wanted him to come through for me and to support me on this journey that I was embarking on, which didn't happen. And instead, after a few days after our call with him, he called me back to ask me for money. That thing broke my heart. I felt so alone. I didn't know what to do. So I remember this one morning, I'm going to work. And being so heartbroken in me, the plans, the magnitude of whatever things that I needed to do, I needed a father to guide me and to hold my hand, and my dad was not there. So I'm going to work and my heart is heavy, and God asked me, why are you carrying all this burden on your own? Why are you treating me like I'm your father? And it's at this time that I realized I was relating to God as my earthly dad, unreliable, undependable, and someone that I couldn't count on. I would go to pray, but I'm trying also to fix my own stuff. So this prompted me again to give a call to Coach Jeff. I told him my situation and my kind of arrangements, and he told me, God will provide. That is the statement that really challenged me. I wondered, how could this man have so much confidence in God that I do for my own self? So he challenged me to also continue working on my trust, on trusting God actually as a father, because that is what led me to D.L.C. And with that statement, I enrolled. It has been a graceful journey. So I remember like a few weeks ago when I decided that I want to do an outreach and let my people know that I have started out as a coach, and that I would love them to support my new journey. I posted my invitation message to a couple of groups where my family and friends were. Actually, to my surprise, only 2 people reacted to my message, no word from anyone. That thing made me wonder, what am I supposed to do next? And I asked God, what now? For me, I've shared. That is all I could do. The others, I don't know what to do. And upon telling God that, I remember I was about to leave to work, and then I meet my landlord, who is certainly curious about what I do. I tell him, and he says, "You know what, Grace? I'm having a conference for young men and boys. Why don't you show up and be a speaker to that conference?" And that thing, as I was going to work that day, I was like, God was prompting me. I told you, what you have to do is do your part in obedience, and I will do mine in faithfulness, because all you have to do is do your part and let God do his, because he's very faithful and he never fails. So if you're out there and maybe you're wondering how could you do anything, just do your part in obedience and let God handle his. You can't take God's place in your life. You can't. That is what I have been trying to live my life on, taking God's role in my life. It hasn't been an easy one, but now that I've learned how to let God do his part and I do mine, life is becoming very sweet. Have a blessed evening.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Coach. That's amazing. Let's get some reaction on that. Let's get some reaction, coaches. I can see them flying to you. So much love. Thank you so much, Coach. That's really amazing. Love it. Love it. Coach Duncan is saying, bravo, Coach Grace. So brave. Yes, yes, definitely. I totally agree. And what a message for the season. Thank you so much. That blesses my heart so much. I mean, you are truly a coach. You are amazing. Okay, so let's have the breakout rooms, guys. We are going to a session of 30 minutes of intervention. And so as always, we give each other a breakthrough, an opportunity to break through this process of breakthrough intervention coaching. And so, Anne, kindly, if you could create the breakout rooms and go enjoy the session.